Howdy ho viewers, and welcome back to Zoombinis for Season 3 Episode 2 of my adventures across this wonderful game. Couple of things before we begin. This is actually attempt number 2 at recording Episode 2. The first attempt, I actually tried recording it at 4K. Now, the game played fine when I was set the resolution to 4K. It appeared to record well at 4K, give or take a few frames, a steady 60 frames a second. However, when you play the recorded file and the finished rendered file, it was stuttery and laggy and, well, unwatchable, and you wouldn't want to see it. So I'm going back to the settings I inadvertently hit on for episode 1, so I'm be recording and doing this at 2K from here on out. If things are so geared towards the 4K resolution these days, why does almost nothing work with it? It boggles the mind. Anyway, let's get to business, and I'll show you the upper levels. Who's Bayou there? Because that's actually the route I took in episode 2, and of course, this game saves automatically, so it's hard reverting any changes. Anyway, to Zoombini Isle. Also, at the request of one of my watchers, I have lowered the game volume a bit. I hope it's better for you this time. If not, leave me a comment and I'll tweak it for the next episode. Anyway, let's begin. Gimme party. Oh, you coming out. Yep. Okay, all present and accounted for. Let's roll.
After days tossed about,
Crab is enormous. It's about half as big as their boat.
Reach the shore of a peculiar land.
It's a good job I never had to navigate past this guy. That guy could sink us. Anyway, here we are back again at the Allergic Cliffs. Take your time getting into line. You're going first. You awake yet, buddy? Okay, so you're going that way. Wonder if it's being done by eyes. It could well be done by eyes. Let's try you. Yeah, it's got to be done by eyes. There is no other similarities between them. Oh. Maybe Spring's on the lower bridge, everyone else on the top. Let's test out the theory. We could be right. Thing is, before the remake of this came out, I never really bothered to figure out the patterns on the Allergic Cliffs. I sort of just went by trial and error each time, and hope I didn't run out of pegs by the time I got everyone across. And the same is true of the Stone Cold Caves on the higher difficulties, because as I mentioned, it is now possible to fail them accidentally, as I figured out on the iPad version.
You've done quite well.
Quite well? I'd say I did very well. Less pegs lost than before.
These stone guards have their rules, so do proceed with skill. Zoombinis one guard won't allow, the other guard surely will.
Must be a big clan of them out there.
Here we go again.
Maud Pie would love this place. Maybe that's what she's been venturing out to find in her adventures.
Step right up.
Oh yes, got it on the first go. What about you?
Go on.
Let's try you. Could be done by hair. Let's see.
Welcome.
Okay, so we've got you there. Let's try you this way.
Nope.
Nafo. I'm near your foe, lad.
Away you go.
We got Scottish Zoombinis now.
Well, you're okay.
Drea,
Huh.
send you that way.
Go on.
So who is not going to be let in this
Go
cave?
on.
Hello.
Maybe it'll be the bald ones.
The path is closed.
Still takes me off guard when I hear non-familiar phrases. Because that is not one I've heard
You'll
before.
do.
Welcome.
Right, yeah, you over that way. Nope. You're probably going back
Not
in the
this
other
side.
one.
Don't be shy.
But be afraid of their random cruelty.
Step right up. Well done, O wise and trusted guide.
Nah, just lucky and a little bit logical.
You've
Moving
done
on.
quite well. How delightful.
And so our brave travelers continue on through this dusty wasteland until they meet Arno, the almost omnivorous, one very hungry pizza troll.
Fleens? You're not fleens.
No, distinctly not.
Whatever you are, make me a pizza.
If we were fleens, we would have flung you out the way rather than it happening the other way round.
More toppings.
Mushrooms, go!
More toppings.
Go, go, go.
Something must go.
Fair enough. Do you see any pigs round here to make pepperoni out of?
More, more.
Right. How do you like them apples?
Come on. More stuff.
Okay, there's your pizza. Now, get out me way.
Oh, my pizza. Have a pizza.
Always used to sing along to that when I was younger.
Splendid job.
Indeed. Moving on.
Well done. You're adjusting to
Three
the trials
groups.
of the journey. Rest up if you must. Push on if you dare. The Zoombinis still have much in store for them.
Maybe on this it's been adjusted to 3 groups to change the difficulty rather than 4. I swear it was 4 on the iPad version. Well, what that basically means is I don't really want to goof recording this episode. Anyway, upper path, let's go. And I can give you my, well, say first impressions, second impressions now.
Zoombinis must have something in common with their neighbor to sit on Captain Cajun's ferry.
Troll Lord Cajun, as I call him. And here we are.
Welcome to the boat. Now hurry yourselves up and find your seat.
Well, first impression for me are how different the visuals are in this from the original. I think this round here is more fitting with it being a swamp, because you can very definitely tell it's a swamp anywhere you look. Whereas in the original, it was just a little jetty. So anyway, let's begin. So far, liking the visuals. Cajun looks much the same.
I'm growing a beard here.
Calm yourself, I'm talking to the viewers. But yeah, anyway, this is how it works. This is his ferry. One Zoombini goes on each of these little seats or logs, and every Zoombini has to have at least one common feature, or otherwise Cajun throws them off. And of course it's only like this on green difficulty so far. The further up you go, the more Zoombinis need to be interlinked. On the higher difficulties, this is sort of a 4x4 square, so you've got to have lots of Zoombinis with common features. Now you can conceivably cheat
All
that.
aboard. I'm getting bored.
Be patient. So yeah, if it was in the 4x4 square grid that you might well see later on, a Zoombini might have to share features with 4 others. And I can't remember if I've ever actually done that on red difficulty. I might have done it once by luck.
Fine, sit wherever you want to. I don't really care.
After you've been hurrying me along. Now you're going to sit there and be patient. Say link you there.
There you go, you got it.
Yeah, let's try you there.
Ah, sure.
Just so you can see what happens when you get a mismatched one.
No.
Guess you could say kicks you off. Okay. We'll have you there.
There you go, you got it.
We'll have you there. You there. You there. And you there.
There you go, you got it.
And there we go, that's all 16 on the raft. Let's move out. No announcer in the sky there.
Color, flower, and lily pad shape too may be the keys that get them through.
Say hello to the Titanic tattooed frogs. Our mission here, of course, is to get the Zoombinis to the other side of the river using the frogs hopping over these lily pads. Now to do this, we've got to find a route along here across the lily pads, using the frogs with corresponding features. So say this one here would only go along things that are coloured dark blue. And you can have that for the colour of the flowers, the shape of the flowers, and the shape of the lily pads. Now on later difficulties, you do get a wand that you can swap things around with, and then you get other things coming down here that bar your path and obstruct you and so on. So that's how the level works. Now to give you my first impressions of the level in general. Visuals, I don't know, I get the feeling they've just upscaled everything. I think I prefer the visuals of the original version of this on this one level. It's not terrible, I just prefer the originals. I mean, this is a swamp, and you have palm trees here. That just doesn't work for me somehow. And every other plant is a big furry thing. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. There's more of a sense of scale as well in the original level. This just looks sort of zoomed in and a bit cramped, I suppose. But as I said, not really complaining. Those are just my observations. I still like this level. So, let's figure out the paths our frogs can take. I usually start with the colour, then the flower shape, then the lily pad shape. And I'm going to keep to that philosophy today. So, let's trace this route up above, see that it's clear. Yep, yellow path is clear. You can use each frog twice, by the way. You can't use all of them here because not all the paths are available. If you do send a frog along an incomplete path, it just goes back and forth along it forever, and you've lost that Zombini, and that frog, and possibly that path. Right, let's have a look at the red one here. Yep, red path is clear, so I can send one along that as well. Oh, and if two frogs happen to intersect, they will just run off back down the path and eventually go back along it. So it's not the end of the world if two frogs meet, it's just not good if you want to do everything in a timely manner. Dark blue path is clear, light blue path is clear. There isn't really a pink path, so we can't use that one. Yeah, and after the second one, they just bog off down the river. At incredible speed. Right, light blue, you're clear for launch. Dark blue, you're clear for launch. Let's wait for these two to go over before we figure out flower shape routes. Okay, let's try the flower along here. Along there. Up there. No. That one doesn't work. Let's try you. Yes, that one's clear. I can send you up there. Right, now the X-shaped flowers. No, can tell straight away. There's no path open. Diamond shape, also no. Right, so after this one, we're going by lily pad shape. Again, wait for this one to finish its crossing before we work out other routes. Yeah, if there's several possible routes on a complete path, the frog may not necessarily choose the best one. And in fact, it could go, all the way round, all the way back, before it finally chooses the right one, which was a source of frustration for me on attempt number 1 of recording episode 2. Right then, lily pad shapes now. Right, Pac-Man shape here. Yes, that's clear. You are clear for launch. And there must be 2 others. Okay, 4-leaf clover shape, as I'll be calling it. Down there. Yep, 4-leaf clover is okay. You are clear for launch. Okay, what about these ones? Sometimes I forget you can't see the mouse when I'm recording. I think there might be a settings change or something. Or maybe this particular game just doesn't work with them. Yes, along there, down there, and along there. Yes, that path is clear. Very nearly said it on the wrong bit there. Oh, 4-leaf clover. Send you out a second time. Yeah, see, he didn't choose the right path there, he had to double back. Okay, that's your first crossing, and now for your last one. Yeah, choose the right path, eh? Okay, and that's all of them across. No voice, no disembodied voice telling us we've done well, but we have, even though it is to green difficulty still. Onwards.
Zoombinis will get a rise out of these stone hexes if they can make the right connections.
Now this is a little bit like Captain Cajun's Ferry. You got to match up Zoombinis with the corresponding features on the stones. So let's begin. I quite like the visuals on this one more so than the original, because this is sort of more spread out, and this does look, well, it's a combination between Swamp and Lost City, and I think that works here. So I like this level on that front. So let's begin. On this level I like to put as dissimilar Zoombinis together as possible. I just realised... Oh, no. You can go on there. I'll try you. Let's put you there. Oh. Get it wrong, you can shock them for comic effect. Oh, you saw it. I put it on the right grid. There. Right, we'll put you together. No, I think we're going to have to change this up. Yes, now we can have hair matching there, and eye matching there.
Splendid job!
And that's all of them across. Up you go. Hey, 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 you're not moving out. Don't shilly-shally.
Amazing indeed! Another relaxing campsite ready and waiting for Zoombinis.
Well, there is the ominous temple over there.
The darkest, most dangerous part of the journey is yet to come.
Nurse, he's out of bed again. For those of you who are wondering, by the way, these boxes we've been passing, this is where you store other parties of Zoombinis you might have stockpiled here, and you use these buttons here to cycle between them. Moving on, then. Onto the Mountains of Despair.
Throughout these gloomy mountains, strange carvings left by ancient peoples are everywhere.
Okay, we're going by eyes this time. On both previous attempts, it's always been by nose colour. And of course, they are a bit harder to tell apart in here than in the original. And again, there's not as much a sense of scale on the visuals here than there is in the original. Not terrible, just a minor niggle. It's not really a niggle, as I still like this level. We have to love Zoombinis and everything in it. It's the law. Right, let's get you lined up. Right, normal glasses next. Okay, Cyclops or Mono Eyes next. Monster Musume in my head again. Right, Pinprick Eyes, I'll be calling them next, I think. Yep. It doesn't matter what order you line them up in, because we're only going by one feature. And then sort of half closed eyes.
Oh my, you've done exceptionally well. Carry on, carry on.
Wouldn't say exceptionally well, just followed what's on the stone there.
Use the crystal filters to change the Zoombinis' reflection. It will give them crystal
you petrol
slamming
powered, mate?
protection.
Where do you get the fuel? Right, let us begin. Okay, it's you first. It's you. You next. Oh. The mouse sticking thing. Please, developers, could you sort that out if you happen to be watching? It's my one sort of irritation in this game. First time I came across it on the iPad, I thought the app had frozen. Come on, there we go. No, it's not you. Not quite. Ah, you're next. Go, go, go. You next. Who's next to go across? Who wants on a ride on a largely out of control minecart now? You next. Our spring friend there. Imuabu. Nice name. Espegu. Yep, you're next. You're next. Oh, come on. Unstick. Come on. Oh, come on. Please patch that little bug. There we go. Sweat Hauku. Even nicer name. And that's all 16. Onwards to Bubble Wonder Abyss. Celebrating can come later.
Search first for traps. So easy to miss. To get Zoombinis across Bubble Wonder Abyss.
Looks like the basic path's exactly the same as well. Alright, so I'm guessing those mean eyes, not the legs. Well, we better be right, otherwise a few of our Zoombinis are going for a swim. Let's try you out. Good, we were right. Bye, what? Wait for them to finish their trek over. I have had two Zoombinis collide into each other right by the exit. That is annoying. Okay, so we're separated by leg types here. So spring people first. And then motorbike people next. Ziabi, you're next. Once you've finished your trip round. Okay, you're clear for launch. Nafo, you're next. You're near 4. spring people are now depleted. Get through. Get through? Is that what you mean? And launch. Algae, you're next. And I think you can launch now. You're next, Aproni. And away you go. That's the last of the motorbike people. Zampimo, you're next. Diastopo, you're next. Right, you're clear for launch. Auditra, you're the last one. Okay, just gotta wait for you to get to the exit now.
You did it! You saved them all!
Indeed we did. All the way through, we saved all of them.
Is this it? Could this be the place they've been seeking?
Not here, it's just beyond that
Hope and
sign.
prosperity? Zoombinis!
Population now 48. Yep, got the Cave Dweller achievement. See if there's any new monuments. No, that's Halloween. Oh, anyway, there doesn't appear to be any new ones. Cheapskate. Anyway, that's the end of episode 2. I'm hoping this recording went okay, because you won't be viewing it otherwise. Thanks very much for watching, tune in next time, and goodbye.